We have some developing news from our CBS 42 Washington bureau this afternoon. Negotiators say they are close to a deal to try and end the war between Russia and Ukraine. The White House says there are a few details that will need further talks. CBS 42 Washington correspondent Vinay Simlat joins us live with where the talks stand right now. Vinay.
Yeah, Sherry, both Russia and Ukraine have agreed to different frameworks of a peace deal, and President Donald Trump says he wants the two sides to come together and says he is willing to meet with the presidents of both countries, but he says only when the deal to end the war is final or in its final stage.
I think we're getting very close to a deal. We'll find out. I thought that one would have been gone quicker.
Speaking from the yearly White House turkey pardoning, President Donald Trump sounded optimistic about a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine. The president set a Thanksgiving deadline.
I think we're making progress.
U.S. Army Secretary Dan Driscoll met with Russian officials in the UAE on Tuesday. In Geneva, U.S. officials and European leaders met with the Ukrainians this week and held a video call on Tuesday.
Good progress was made.
Negotiators in Geneva won changes to a peace plan from the U.S. that emerged last week. The Ukrainians saw it as Russia-friendly. It urged Ukraine to hand over territory to Russia and reduce its army. It also would have given Russia assurances that Ukraine wouldn't join NATO. After those negotiations, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the peace proposal is workable.
And I'm ready to meet with President Trump, and there are sensitive points to discuss.
But now the Russian foreign minister says the Russians haven't seen the latest version of the peace plan, adding a number of issues there certainly require clarification. And Secretary of State Marco Rubio says even though President Trump has set a Thanksgiving deadline, the U.S. would be happy with a peace deal if it happens before Thursday, after Thursday, early next week. He says U.S. officials just want it to happen soon. Sherry?
Vinay, we're reading right now that Russia launched attacks on Kyiv and Ukraine responded with drone strikes on Russia. So as close as it feels, they still are going back and forth. How are Republicans in Congress responding to President Trump's stand against Putin in these negotiations right now?
Yeah, the fighting continues as these negotiations are happening. Republican Congressman Michael McCaul, he was the former chair of the House Foreign Relations Committee, a Russia hawk from Texas. He says that he does not want Ukraine to sign a deal without some specific security assurances from the U.S. and other allies. He says back when Ukraine gave up its nuclear weapons during the Clinton administration, they did not get any security assurances with teeth, and that's why Russia was able to invade.
All right, that's Vinay Simlat reporting. Vinay, thank you.